Good morning from the middle of nowhere in Sichuan province.
We made it! 4 hours later, we're at the top. This week we rode from Kunming to Xichang, and I think it was our longest stretch of riding in a row so far on this trip. We rode for 6 days straight, completely through the mountains. Gotta love China! So we just made it out of town. Justin promised me 5Ks of flat, and we're going uphill. And we've only ridden 2Ks.
Wow.
Alright, it's back to flat again. The reason why we were so excited for flat is because this morning we're supposed to be starting the day off with a 600 meter climb, heading up to about 2,500 meters, followed by a ridiculous and hopefully very fun 1,500 meter descent, where we go all the way back down to 1,000 meters. And then the rest of the day should be just rolling flat into the town that we're staying. Hopefully it'll be a good day. We made it to the top of the climb.
Yay!
We're at, let's see, 2,581 meters. And you can see we're about to go down all of that. All the way back down to about 1,000 meters. So we're descending way further than we started today. Cool, should be a good descent, I hope. Fingers crossed. That's what we just came up. That sign that says 10 kilometers down. So we made it down the climb into the valley. It is super freaking hot down here. Way, way, way hotter than at the top. And as soon as we crested the ridge and went down, it was insanely dry. Like, it almost looked like the desert down here. It's crazy. They must have not had rain in like months. I mean, look at this. It's so dry. Reminds me of Tuscany almost. It's 6:40 in the morning. I'm really tired. But we're getting an early start this morning because it was so dang hot yesterday once we got into this valley. The climb today is 1,400 meters, but it's about 50K. So in comparison, our last 1,400 meter climb we did up to Zappa was only 30K. So I'm hoping that this one is not nearly as steep, because that one was awful. We'll see. It'll still probably take us about 5 hours to get to the top. And the plan, I think, is to stay just a little bit on the other side. So we'll see how it goes. Nice little solar farm they got there. See? China's doing their part for clean energy, slowly but surely. Alright, so we made it about halfway up the big climb. We stopped for breakfast in this little town. We're refueled and we're ready to go to the top. We've got about 18 kilometers to go. We are right here. So we've gone up this little bit and now we've just got this big push to go. 500 more meters to the top. And then we're gonna stay in a town that's like right there just on the downhill. All right, let's go. Such a nice view from the top of this climb. You only get these views by going up. As much as we might complain about climbing these mountains, sometimes the views make it worth it. Yeehaw, brown cow.
Hello, girl.
Good morning from the middle of nowhere in Sichuan province. So last night we had a first happen for us here in China, which for us to have a first after living and traveling here for 4 years is like a huge deal. So last night we pulled up to this tiny town called Yako off of, I think we're on S214, and they had two very nice looking hotels. We pull up to the first one. We ask if they have a room. The lady says, yeah, but foreigners can't stay here. And I'm like, okay, this has happened to us before. I'm like, all right. And she's like, but let me talk to my boss and we'll see. Basically, they didn't know what to do with a passport, which is not really a reason to not let us stay there because I can help them to read a passport. They couldn't read English. So they go round and round and round, and we were waiting and waiting and waiting and super tired because yesterday we rode like 110 kilometers and it was really, really hot. And so I finally just asked her, I'm like, look, are there any other hotels in town that we could go check out? And she was like, yeah, but you're gonna have the same problem. More like, okay. So eventually they were like, all right, we can let you stay here, but the cheapest room they had was too expensive for us. So we're like, all right, I don't really trust you saying that we're gonna have this problem at other hotels, so we're gonna go check out other hotels. So we left and we went to another hotel in town. Indeed, same problem. So this was really the only other hotel in town. It was a teeny tiny town. We were kind of like, crap, what do we do now? So the guy said we could ride 20K to a town that does accept foreigners. But we were so exhausted at that point, I could not go anymore. So I was finally just like, screw it, we're just gonna camp. Like, I don't even care. So we basically just rode out of town until we found this camp spot. And it's pretty nice. The bad part about it was that we're sandwiched between the road and the train tracks. And the train loves to blow its horn. But besides that, I mean, check out this view. Alright, now it's 6:45 and we're packing up to get back on the road. We've got maybe either 70 something or around 100K depending on how far we want to go. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we can find a hotel room with some AC and a shower tonight. We'll see. The ride was really hard and really hot, so we actually only ended up riding 70K. But in complete contrast to the night before, the very first hotel that we pulled up to, no issues. He gave us a room, we got a hot shower and some AC, and the guy was so incredibly nice, and he even spoke a little bit of English in a town that was even tinier than Yako that refused to give us a room in any of the hotels in town. China will just never cease to amaze me. It is just a complete country of contrast in every way, shape, and form.